Okay, okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alim al-hakim. Allahumma 'allimna ma yanfa'na wanfa'na bima 'allamtana ya rabbal alamin. Let's start our discussion, my sons, about to continue our lesson. If you remember, in the last session, we start talking about the properties of magnet. Do you remember? We start talking about what topic? The properties of magnet. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Let's now start talking about what we have studied in the last session. In the last session, we studied before the meaning of magnetism, and we said that any magnet has a force. This force is called magnetism. It is the attraction force of the magnet. It is the attraction force of the magnet. So magnetism is the attraction force of the magnet. After that, we said that the magnet can attract only some materials, not all materials, some materials only. These materials are called magnetic substances. The magnetic substances are what? The magnetic substances are the materials which are attracted to the magnet. The materials which are attracted to the magnet are called magnetic substances. And we have 4 magnetic substances only. It is 4 only. Okay? The magnetic substances are 4. We can remember them very well. We can remember the magnet can attract iron. It is clear the magnet attract iron. So the iron is a magnetic substance. And the magnet also attract cobalt. The cobalt is a magnetic substance. And also the magnet can attract nickel. The nickel is a magnetic substance. And also the magnet can attract steel, so the steel is a magnetic substance. And the rest of substances or the other materials cannot be attracted to the magnet. The other materials, all other materials do not attract to the magnet. So we call them non-magnetic substances. Non-magnetic substances, which are the materials or the substances which do not attract to the magnet. Like what? Like glass, wood, copper, aluminum, and so on. Plastic, paper, water, air, your body, any other material, not for one of the 4 materials is a non-magnetic substance. Only the magnetic substances we have here: iron, cobalt, nickel, steel, and all the others are non-magnetic substances. So if I ask you a question, which is bigger in number? I'll see your answer on the chat. Be ready. Which is bigger in number? Which has bigger number, the magnetic substances or the non-magnetic substances? I am waiting your answer on the chat. Who will write the answer quickly? Which is bigger in number, magnetic substances or non-magnetic substances? Excellent, Yahya. It is non-magnetic. Excellent. Yeah, Yahya is excellent. Non-magnetic. Malik also is excellent. Thank you. And also Marwan, also Omar. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we can say that the non-magnetic substances are many substances, but the magnetic are 4 only. The magnetic substances are 4 only. So the non-magnetic substances are bigger in number. Thank you, everybody. Stop writing now. Stop writing on the chat. Be ready for another question. Be ready for another question, okay? After that, we start talking about the properties of the magnet. After that, we start talking about the properties of the magnet. The properties of the magnet. We said that any magnet has some properties. Any magnet has some properties. Like what? Like we have to know that any magnet has 2 poles. Any magnet has 2 poles. And the 2 poles are called North Pole and South Pole. North Pole and South Pole. North, because it is always direct to the north. And south. North pole always direct to the north, and we always color it in red color. We prefer to color it in red color, okay? And the south pole, we prefer to color it in blue color. The south pole, we prefer to color it in red color and blue color. The south pole, we color it always in a blue color. So any magnet has two poles. The north pole, which is colored in red, and the south pole, which is colored in blue. We say that the north pole is always direct to the north. The north pole always direct to the north. This one is the north pole. It is always direct to the north. And this one is called the south pole, which is always direct to the south. So there is some problem in the mouse, maybe here. So the south pole is always direct to the south. Somebody always play with the mouse, controlling the mouse. Every time I said, don't make it again. I said this time many times. Nobody control the screen or the mouse. Please do not do it again, okay? So we have two poles. One is called north and one is called south. And at the two poles, the attraction force of the magnet increases. At the two poles, the attraction force of the magnet is more powerful. At the two poles, the attraction of the magnet is very strong, but it disappears. The attraction force disappears in the middle. The attraction force disappears in the middle. So we can define the magnetic pole. We can define the magnetic pole as the following. The magnetic pole is the area. The magnetic pole is the area of the magnet where the attraction force is stronger, or the power of the magnet is stronger, okay? And the attraction force increases as we go to the pole. And if we go to the middle of the magnet, the attraction force decreases. Okay. So the magnetic force decreases or disappear gradually in the middle. The magnetic force decreases or gradually until it disappears in the middle. You remember this, of course, you remember this. After that, we start talking about another property of the magnet, which is the attraction and repulsion law, the law of attraction and repulsion. I have here two poles. One is north, I will color it in red. And one is south, I will color it in blue. Another north, I will color it also in red. We have two north poles together. We have two magnets now, and we approach the north pole of a magnet to the north pole of another magnet. So what will happen, my son? I wait for your answer on the chat. If we approach, Yahya is writing, yeah, very good, Yahya. The north pole of a magnet to the north pole of another magnet, what will happen? Yes, Ammar also is good. Repel. They repel each other. They will repel each other. Can you see here? Because they are like poles or similar poles. If it was north with north, it will repel. And if it was south with south, it will also repel. Okay, south also with south, it will repel each other, because we have the law of attraction and repulsion. The law says that like poles repel each other. The like poles repel each other. Thank you, everybody. Malik, Omar, Abdullah, Adham, Ahmed, Adham also. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Now we can go if we have two different pools. If we have one south pole and the other one is a north pole, what will happen? Do they attract or repel each other? I will see your answer on the chat. They will attract. Very good, Yahya. Very good, Malik. Very good, Ammar. So if we have unlike poles or different poles, we can see they will attract each other. They will attract each other because they are different or unlike. So the rule here, the unlike poles attract each other. The unlike poles attract each other, or the different poles attract each other. So finally, we can say the law of attraction and repulsion. Who can tell me the law of attraction and repulsion? Please raise your hand if you want to answer. Adham Hisham.
Yes.
Can you tell me the law of attraction and repulsion?
What? I can't hear.
The law
Wait.
of attraction and repulsion.
The law of attraction. Okay.
Are you ready? You are raising a hand. You have to be ready. Are you ready, or I choose another student? Ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me the law of attraction and repulsion, please.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
Yes. Similar magnetic poles repel and different magnetic poles attract.
Excellent, my son. Similar poles repel and different poles attract. Excellent, my son. Again, the similar poles, the similar magnetic poles or the like magnetic poles repel each other, and the different magnetic poles or the unlike magnetic poles attract each other. Thank you, my son. Thank you, Adham. Thank you. Now we can move to another student. Yahya, are you ready, Yahya, to another question?
Yes, Mr.
Why do we call the red pole, the North Pole by this name? Why we call it North? Why we don't say it is South or it is East or West? Why we call it is North Pole?
Okay, because the North Pole points to the north direction of Earth.
Yeah, excellent, my son. You are excellent. You have the
And
North
South
Pole
Pole,
here, always point to the north direction of the Earth. You have the North Pole, always direct to the north direction of the Earth. So
and
say it is called
South
North
Pole
Pole.
points to the south direction of Earth.
And the South Pole, we call it South because it always direct to the south. Excellent, my son. Thank you, Yahya. So we have the North Pole, which always direct to the north direction of the Earth. The north direction of the Earth, we call it a North Pole. Okay, if we hang a magnet freely, one pole will point to the north and one pole will point to the south. The pole which points to the north, we will call it North Pole. And the pole which points to the south, we will call it the South Pole. Okay, my son? So we have two poles of the magnet. One is called North Pole and one is called South Pole. We can say a rule here. We have a rule here. We can say this rule. Who can tell me the freely suspended magnet? The rule of the freely suspended magnet. Who can tell me this rule? I can see Ammar is raising hand. Ammar, can you tell me the rule of the freely suspended magnet?
Yes.
Tell me, please.
Okay. The freely moving magnet always takes a fixed direction, which is north-south direction.
Excellent, my son. Thank you, Ammar. Thank you, Ammar. You are excellent. Malik, can you repeat it again, please, Malik? Malik Mahmoud. Are you ready to repeat it again? Yes.
The freely substance,
The freely
substance
suspended, suspended.
the freely
suspended magnet away takes a fixed di-
Direction.
direction north and south direction.
Thank you, Malik. Thank you, Malik. Thank you, my son. Thank you very much. Thank you, my son. So now we can move to another part, another property of the magnet.
Teacher, can I read or answer?
Wait your turn, Ahmed. Wait your turn.
Abdullah.
Abdullah. Okay, wait your turn, Abdullah. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, Adham.
Is this is this lesson going to come in the quiz?
Inshallah, my son. Inshallah. Is it easy or difficult?
Yeah, easy, but okay.
Okay, my son Adham. Inshallah, until here I will ask you in the quiz until here, inshallah. This part, okay? The quiz or the test will be up to here, inshallah. Not more than this, okay? The quiz up to here, not more than this part, okay? Is it easy?
Okay.
In the beginning, from light to the suspended magnet.
Teacher, why the fairly evident magnet always like a fixed direction?
Excellent question, Ahmed. Excellent question. Thank you, Ahmed, for this question. This is a very good question. Abdullah. Thank you, Abdullah. This is a very good question, Abdullah. Why? Because, yeah, Abdullah, you have to know that the planet Earth is like a big magnet. You know, the core or the center of the planet Earth is made of iron. The center of the Earth or the core of the Earth, لب الأرض, is made of iron. It is like a big magnet. So the Earth is like a big magnet, a very big magnet. We can draw something like this. Imagine that the Earth is like this. It is the Earth, okay? What is it? The Earth, okay? And there is what inside it? There is, you know, a center or a core. There is a center or a core inside it. The center or the core of the Earth, yeah, the center or the core of the Earth is made of what? Is made of iron. The core here is made of iron. It is made of iron. The core of the Earth is made of iron. It is like a big magnet. So the Earth is like a big magnet. So any magnet found here or here or here, any magnet found, it will point to north and south direction. Any magnet found on the Earth will point to north and south direction. You know, if you are in a space, you know, if you are in the space, the magnet will not point to the north and south direction of the Earth. Maybe it will not direct to the south and north direction of the core of other planet, not the Earth's planet, okay? So, yes, my son. Do you have a question, Ahmed? You get it?
Yeah.
The core of the Earth is made of iron. The core of the Earth is made of iron. So the Earth is like a huge magnet. The Earth is like a huge magnet. So any magnet take the north and south direction because it is attracted to the north and south direction of the Earth. The geographical north and south. The geographical north and the south. Is it easy?
I have a question, mister. I have a question.
اتفضل.
If the quizzes will be electronic or
Electronic, inshallah. It will be on Classera and it will be electronic, inshallah. It will be so easy, inshallah. But you have to revise very well the light and the color, seeing colored objects and the magnet. Okay, my son? Inshallah will be easy. Will be very easy, inshallah. Now we can go to another property of the magnet. We go to another property of the magnet. We have here the magnetic field. The magnetic field. What is meant by magnetic field? We can see here the magnetic field or the area around the magnet. You can see here the magnetic field or this area around the magnet. Okay. If you have a nail, okay, and you put the nail far away from a magnet, you put a nail here, and another nail here, and another nail here. Which nail?
Teacher, I want to read or answer.
Be quiet. Abdullah, your question. This is your question. This is nail number 1. And this is nail number 2. And this is nail number 3. Which nail do you think will attract to the magnet now? Which one will be attracted to the magnet now? 1 or 2 or 3? I'm waiting your answer on the chat. Yes. Which nail will be attracted to the magnet? 1 or 2 or 3?
3.
Okay, Adham, do you hear me now? Can you hear me, Adham? Can you hear me now? Yes, excellent, my son. Excellent, Malik. Excellent, Marwan. Excellent, Ammar. Because 3 will attract to the magnet. Very good. 3 will be attracted.
3.
Yes, very good. Because 3 come nearer to the magnet. Comes nearer to the magnet. It enters the magnetic field. It enters the magnetic field. So we can say the magnetic field is the area around the magnet. The area around the magnet. Okay, the area around the magnet is called magnetic field, or it is the space around the magnet. You can say it is the area or the space around the magnet in which the effect of the magnetic force appears.
The space around the magnet in which the effect of magnetic force appears.
Excellent, my son. So if we have some iron fillings, you know the powder of iron is called what? It's called iron fillings, okay? Abdullah, are you with me, Abdullah?
Yes, yes.
And if you have some iron fillings and you have a magnet and you have a glass sheet, you put the magnet on the table and you put a glass sheet over the magnet. Again, you put a magnet on the table. On a table, okay?
And we put the glass
on the
sheet
table.
on
Then
the
you put a glass sheet over the magnet. You put a glass sheet over the magnet. Is it okay? And then you add some iron fillings. You will add some iron fillings, drops of iron, powder of iron here. You put some iron fillings, and you knock on the glass sheet. You will see what? If you knock on the glass sheet, you will see that the iron fillings are arranged in a certain direction. They are attracted more to the pole, to the 2 poles more than the middle. They will be attracted to the 2 poles more than the middle. And you can see the drawing of the magnetic field. You can draw the magnetic field now. So this area is called the magnetic field. The area around the magnet in which the ion attract to the magnet, or the ion fillings are attracted to the magnet. So this area around the magnet is called what? This area around the magnet is called the magnetic field. This area around the magnet is called what, ya son? Yeah, man.
The magnetic field.
So what is meant by magnetic field?
Magnetic field, it is the ability of the magnet.
No, magnetic field is the space or the area.
Okay.
Again, magnetic field.
Magnetic field, it is the space to the area.
Around
around the magnet.
In which? The attraction force or the effect of the magnet
Direction.
No, Malik. No, Abdullah. Be Careful, be careful. Again, define magnetic field again. Can you define magnetic field? What's meant by magnetic field?
Magnetic field is the space around the magnet in which the effect of magnet force appears.
You are excellent. Thank you, Abdullah. Now it is clear. I need Adham to repeat it again. Adham. Adham Muhammad. What is
Yes.
meant by magnetic field?
The ability, it is the space around the magnet in which the effect of magnet force appears.
Thank you, my son. You are excellent. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, my son. Is it easy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When the magnet becomes stronger, the area increases or decreases?
Increases.
The area will be bigger if the magnet is stronger or weaker. This area. The area of the magnetic field increases if the magnet becomes stronger. Okay, the area increases. You have larger area if the magnet becomes stronger. If the magnet becomes stronger, so it has larger magnetic field. It has larger area. Okay, my son?
Okay, Mr.
Okay, now we have the definition of magnetic force. We studied before and we repeat it again. What is meant by the magnetic force? Who can tell me? We studied it before and we will repeat it again.
يحيى.
يحيى تفضل.
It is the ability of the magnet to attract magnetic materials.
Excellent. So we have a very important definition. The magnetic force. The magnetic force is the ability of the magnet to attract magnetic materials. The ability of the magnet to attract magnetic materials. Okay, my son? Thank you, Yahya. Thank you, everybody. We have some questions now. But before questions, we have the compass. The compass. The compass is a device used to know what? Who can tell me? The compass is a device used to know what? We have inside the compass a magnetic needle. So why we use the compass? The magnetic needle always point to what? The magnetic needle here always point to what and what?
يحيى.
Yes. Tell me, Yahya. Always point to what and what directions?
Identify the main four directions.
So we have the needle inside the compass, which always point to north and south. Okay, so we can use the compass because it always points to the north and south, and we can use it to identify or to locate the main four directions. So we can use it in a desert if you are traveling in the sea, or in the desert in a ship, or in a boat, or you make a safari in a desert, or you go to the forest. You can use it in many uses. You can use it to know the main four directions because it always points to north and south pole. So it is
Hey,
important.
Mr. But now we have GPS.
Yeah, we have GPS, very good, but also we need the compass. We also need the compass. Okay, my son? Now I will give you a homework. We have a homework here. Some questions are homework. I will ask you to answer. These questions will be homework, inshallah. This is our homework, inshallah. Complete from 1 to 7. Complete from 1A to 7. It will be our homework, inshallah. Is it easy?
Yes.
Now we can answer some of them. We can answer some of them. We can answer some of them. Who will answer the first one? This is our homework, inshallah. But we can answer some of them. I need Ammar to read the first question.
Okay, Mister. Complete the following statements. The natural magnet is a
What
Black.
color of it? What color of it?
black colored rock.
Yeah, black. Very good. The answer is a black. Excellent, my son. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Ammar.
You're welcome, Mister.
Now I have another good student who will answer the second question. I have now Malik. Safti. Malik, are you ready, Malik?
Yes, Mister.
Yes, go to number 2.
The natural magnet is one of the iron ores
Which is known as
I didn't say which is known by
you remember?
magnet.
Magnetite. You remember it? Magnetite. You remember it?
Magnetite, yes.
Excellent, my son. Thank you very much. Thank you. And we have here Adham. Are you ready, Adam? You are raising hand. Adham.
Adam Hisham or Adam Muhammad?
The one who is raising hand is Adham Muhammad. Also
Okay.
Adam Hisham. Okay, Adam Hisham. Let's go, Adam Hisham.
Okay. 3.
Materials.
Materials are classified
Classified.
according to their ability of magnetization into what and what materials?
Yes.
Iron,
No. Do you remember?
magnetic,
Yes. And
and
you remember? And what?
magnetic,
And
non-magnetic.
yeah, very good. Excellent, my son. Magnetic and non-magnetic material. Is it easy?
Yes.
Thank you, my son. So we have magnetic materials and the non-magnetic materials. Now I will stop, inshallah. Today I will finish our session today. Okay. And I leave the other questions for you as a homework. Okay, my son. I am very happy to have you in this session. Thank you, everybody. You were excellent today. You were all excellent today. Thank you very much. I love you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
We too, Mister.
Assalamu alaikum.